What do you remember after you guys won when you were on the podium?
Well, I think, it's kind of that euphoria of, enjoying the ultimate team success at the end of the season. There's so much goes through your mind just in regards to the journey to get there. And after experiencing it all and talking to young players about, what you think it's like, it's 100 times better.
But when somebody says, what's it feel like? It feels like that's an easy question to ask. But we are curious that, you waited all your coaching life for that moment, and you end up beating Peyton Manning, and you won the Super Bowl, and you had an onside kick that people thought you were probably crazy attempting, and then all of a sudden you're up there, and then somebody says, hey, well, how's it feel? Because you don't know it until you get up there.
Yeah, it's 100 times better than you might even imagine. You're so happy for the players. All the people. That year was unique, and that time frame was unique because it was also a little bit more tied to the city with regards to the rebuild post Katrina, and that made it that much more special. But I do remember it's the only time where you don't get to address your team after a game. Even the NFC Championship game, when you come back in, you have that moment in the locker room where you're together and you're prepping for next week, and you have some announcements, and you're going to a Super Bowl. But that game ends, and the buses all still wait. There's 5 buses, but one by one, players and coaches end up in the locker room, cleaned up, showered, and getting on the buses. So there's not that last time as a team.
Yeah.
And I do remember very clearly the bus ride from the stadium to the hotel. And there is a little postpartum in that we're not playing anymore. Like, you just want to keep playing because you're into such a schedule and you're enjoying the process, that each day of preparing for the next opponent, that there is that moment where you want that bus ride to last 2 hours instead of 25 minutes or a half an hour.
That's interesting.
And yeah, you do feel like, man, it's over. There's no more games to play. There's no one else left.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.